brain waves. We're going to get down to business. All right. I want to talk to you all today about a news reporter, a news anchor, okay, by the name of Barbie Bassett. Some of you may have heard of her, some of you may have not heard of her. But in any case, I want to talk to you about this whole her being fired for quoting Snoop Dogg because the plot thickens and it goes deeper than that and it runs back further. Okay, so we're going to get into this in just a second. I am going to show you all the previous footage that got her in hot water. She also issued an apology, and then we're going to get into the whole Snoop Dogg quoting part. And then we're going to have a conversation about this because this opens up cans, this opens up doors, and there's a lot of directions that we can or perhaps cannot go into. So before I get into that, I welcome you all to my show and my channel. I kindly ask that you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please check your notifications. A lot of people are not getting notifications. Make sure personalize is selected and you should get notified when I do go live. I generally go live around the same times, Monday through Friday. Generally, you can find me live in the mornings, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. during that hour or those hours, Eastern Standard Time. And then in the afternoons, generally during 3, 4 p.m. sometime or 5 p.m. And then if I go live later on in the evening, that's just a bonus. Weekends, it's whatever. It's a free for all on weekends. So I welcome you all here. Feel free to make yourself at home. Let me know what you think in the live chat. Remember, feel free to express yourself, but try to keep it cool. Try not to bash anyone here. We all have differences of opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your girl on the screen. Okay. All right. And let me do this actually first. Okay. So I want you all to see something. Let me do this real quick, just so y'all know. Because y'all need to see kind of who's who and what's what. Some of you do know, some of you don't know. So before I actually show the video, let me show you all this real quick, okay? So I'm gonna put this on the screen. I just want, for those of you that are new and unfamiliar with who this news reporter and this news anchor is, okay, this is the woman here. You'll see her face in many pictures. She's been the subject of a lot of things, okay? This is her with her WLBT crew. Okay, you pretty much get an idea what she looks like. So when you see her in the video footage that I'm about to show you all, you know exactly who she is. Okay, she's been the talk because again, the Snoop Dogg and what has happened to her. So now that we all see who she is, we know who she is, we're going to get into the actual footage. Okay, and sheesh. So this first footage that I'm showing you, she got in the hot water seat last year for saying a comment. This is towards the end of last year. I believe it was October, if I'm not mistaken, October 28th to be exact, of 2022. And she said another type of comment. Okay. So we're going to get wind of this particular comment first, because this is going to lay a foundation for when we get into the Snoop Dogg comment. Okay. So we are rewinding the footage and going back in time. And again, for those of you that don't know, I generally compile all of the footage that's available in one video during one show. So instead of you having to Google search, well, what did she say back in October 28th of 2022? And then what did she say after that? And what is that? You will find all of that here. This is one thing that I do, and I offer that convenience for you all. Okay. So Sharina's asking again, what's the reporter's name? Is Barbie Bassett. Okay. Let me put that in the chat real quick. Y'all can feel free to look it up at any given time. I just put her name in the chat and I'll put it on the screen for those of you that don't know. So this is Barbie Bassett of WLBT. Okay, this is a local news station. I believe it was in Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. she's a new anchor in Mississippi. Okay, or should I say she was a news anchor in Mississippi before she got taken off the air. All right, so with all of that being said, and hopefully all of you understand who I'm referring to, you can look things up at your leisure. I'm going to get in and show you this footage, okay? So, what you're seeing on the screen, this is Barbie right here in the middle, okay? And these are her co anchors, all right? But this is Barbie here in the middle, and she was talking to another anchor over here on the right, okay? So, I want you to listen to what she says. And this was the best footage that I could get at the time. I couldn't find better footage for this particular piece. But nonetheless, I want y'all to sit back and listen to this because this is crazy. And actually, because of the volume, let me stop the music. So I'm going to stop the music for this portion. Okay. And I want you all to try to listen as best as you can. All right. It is what it is. This particular footage is low. So please listen. You, they probably know who the celebrity game day figure is. So you need to go swing by the Kroger's, get you a chocolate pie. A chocolate pie. Well, pecan pie would be just fine. And you need to go offering it to some of those guys working behind you and see if you can get the scoop from one of those for return. I know your mother or your grandmammy has got some. Your mother or your grandmammy. I know your mother or your grandmammy. Your mother or your grandmammy. I know your mother or your grandmammy has got some type of recipe that you could whip up. Don't you think? Really? Take it to them. Grandmammy. They might have a recipe or two. Go whip something up. Okay. Also, too, before I get further, I want y'all to see how Carmen. So, Carmen is the news anchor, reporter, however you want to refer to her. This over here in the right with this Home Depot sign. That's actually on the scene, right? Okay. Watch how her face shifts as soon as she hears the words grandmammy. Okay. Just watch. Grandmammy recipe that you could whip up, don't you think? Notice how her face was like, oh. So I let it ride. Really? Take it to them. They might have a recipe or two. Go whip something up. Okay, now this is where things started. Okay, so again, to know where we are, we have to know where we came from, right? You have to know your history. So what I try to do is give you all history. All right. And that's essentially what we just heard. This is when it started back on October 28th of 2022 last year, where she said the comment that she said. Okay. And she came under fire for that. So based upon this particular comment, okay. All right. Based upon this particular comment, you have a response that was issued. And I have to give Barbie credit because at least she came on national television and issued a response. All right. I'm going to show you all what the response is in just a second. Let me check the comment section. Sharina says, could her accent not be any more southern? I mean, it's Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Any of us Southerners got that accent. So, I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So, any of us Southerners, we going to sound like this, whether you're white, you're black, you're green, you're blue, you're purple, you're yellow. We all sound the same. People from the same region sound the same. So, I'm from the South. And I can sound just as Southern as all the other Southerners, because guess what? I'm a Southerner too. So, but yes, could her accent not be any more Southern? Medusa says, oh, I know she didn't. Carmen, or should I say Sharina says Carmen, which is the news reporter that's on the right with the Amish Home Depot sign, is much more professional than I would have been. I mean, no telling how you would have reacted, but nonetheless, this was the first situation that got Miss Barbie Bassett in trouble. So, as a result of this, she actually issued an apology. Okay. So let me, okay, so here we go. So I'm going to show you all this particular footage here since I have it on screen. I apologize for it being blurry. It was some buffering or latency issues with the original content. It has nothing to do with me. I always like to explain that. So in the first few seconds, it's going to look blurry and then it's going to clear up. Okay. But this is when Miss Barbie Bassett did issue an apology for her grandmammy comments. Because for those of you that don't know, before I get into this, okay, if you white and you talk about grandmammy, you might be able to say that amongst your peers if you're white. But if you say that to somebody that's got like this black or got any ethnicity in them in their bloodline, you know what I'm trying to say? Like if you white and you black and you say that, that's extremely offensive to us because that goes back to slavery and that brings up a whole lot of stuff that we don't want to go into that we should be past, but there's a lot of reasons why certain things linger and stay around. So for those of you that don't know, maybe you're white, so you don't understand how that could be offensive because saying it, if you're white and you say it to another person who's white, it may not be offensive. But if you're white and you say it to somebody who's black, it's offensive. I'm just trying to do the very short version of this because I don't want to spend a ton of time explaining who, what, where, why, and how it could be offensive. But just know it's offensive if you're Caucasian and you say something to somebody who's black or perhaps some other ethnicity that's mixed up in, the whole scheme of things. So, sheesh. As a result, what we're about to see is Miss Barbie issuing an apology. Hey, let's listen.
We have heard from many of you regarding the change of LBT newscast last week. In an effort to be transparent, we want you to know we have had meaningful internal conversations and discussions about this situation. Barbie Bassett would like to address those comments.
Last Friday on our newscast today at 11, I used a term that was offensive to many in our audience and to my coworkers here at WLBT. And though it was not intentional, I now understand how both my comment was insensitive and hurtful. And I have apologized to Carmen Poe. And now I would like to apologize to you because that is not the heart of who I am. And for that, I humbly ask you for your forgiveness. And I apologize to everyone I have offended. I will learn from this and I will participate in training so I can better understand our history and our people. I cannot mend the hurt that my comment caused, but I pray that you'll forgive me and that you'll extend grace through my awful mistake.
Okay, now y'all, I have to say this. I'm turning music back on. All right. Um the plot thickens. Okay, this is what I'm gonna title what I'm about to say. The plot thickens because here, this was an apology that was issued like days later publicly. So for those of you that don't know, she's not only a news anchor or reporter, however you want to refer to it, but she's also a meteorologist. So this is why you see her kind of like with the background and stuff. She reports the weather as well as that. So she had a pretty prominent role on this news station, okay? And here with this apology, we can only speculate. Okay, there's a lot of speculation unless we are able to sit down and ask Barbie, hey, how do you feel about this? Is this genuine? Is this not? Et cetera, et cetera. Like, unless we could actually sit down and talk to her. Let me explain something to the public here before we can continue. See, what a lot of people do is they assume stuff. They assume stuff based upon what they think and what they know. Always sit down with the source. Go straight to the source if you can, or as close to the source if you can, and find out what it is before you sit up there and assume things and run with things. That's how gossip gets started. That's how everything gets misconstrued, et cetera, et cetera. You have to go talk to the source. So what I'm going to do right now, I can't speak to the source, but we just heard her issue an apology. So based upon her apology in this particular moment, it sounds like she was genuinely upset. If you listen to the latter half of her apology, you can hear it almost sounds like she was about to start crying. like she truly did feel remorse for what she did. Not because she got in trouble or reprimanded or whatever happened to her, but you can hear it in her voice. You can hear it in her voice. She truly is like, I really didn't want to do it. For those of you that didn't pay attention to that particular piece, I'm going to run it probably about midway. And I want you to listen how, when she's apologizing, she may sound professional and then she changes up and you can hear how she's truly sorry for what she did. Okay. Now I'm going to go somewhere in response to that. I'm going to pick up from where I left off after we hear how she shows you that she's actually genuinely upset about what she said.
I have apologized to Farmer Code, and now I would like to apologize to you because that is not the heart of who I am.
Keep listening.
And for that, I humbly ask you for your forgiveness, and I apologize
Here we
to
go.
everyone I have offended. I will learn from this,
Hear her voice.
and I will participate in training so I can better understand our history and her people. I cannot mend the hurt that my comment caused, but I pray that you will forgive me and that you'll extend grace through my awful mistake.
All right, y'all. I still got more to say. Okay. Let's bring the music back up. I just want to make sure because that piece was a little low and some of y'all might not have been able to hear it. Okay. All right. This situation, now, this is kind of where I'm going to pick up from where I left off. Based upon what she said, y'all got jokes. Medusa talking about they Paula Dean her. Y'all got jokes, man. Y'all got jokes. Norma says she remembers. See, she reminds me of Paula Dean when she went and said something like that. Y'all, I actually met Paula Dean. I was a patron of her restaurant, was there, kind of know what's what. And like, I understand how this stuff goes. Now, when you're brought up in one particular culture, right? Someone from a foreign culture has to educate you about the pros and cons and what's right and what's wrong with their culture. You cannot get educated with someone, for the most part, not properly, that is not a part of that foreign culture. So, what I'm trying to say here is that if she did receive training. Now, there's a lot of questions. Did she truly receive training? Was it just training on this one particular thing? Was it just training on, Barbie, you can't say certain things, but they didn't tell her what those things were specifically? Because somebody need to sit down and explain, this is offensive. This is offensive. If you hear anything similar to that, you can't particularly say this in this instance. Like, there's a lot of training that goes with understanding culture. And this goes beyond just saying offensive words. If you go to another culture and try to reference, like for instance, don't call somebody that's Japanese Chinese or Chinese is Japanese or vice versa or what have you. I'm just giving one of the many examples. If you refer to certain things like that, that's considered offensive. There's a lot of things that are considered offensive. So one, I would like to know, did she actually receive the training that she said she was going to receive at that time? Because, it's only a couple of months. Two, how receptive was she, if she even did? And three, who was giving her the training? Those are just some of the many questions that we have, okay? But this is a serious issue because she may not understand from a cultural perspective. Like if you grow up in a particular culture, then you understand what words mean, you understand what it is, you understand the ramifications because we all assume that people know stuff. We all assume that people just get stuff automatically, right? And that may not actually be the case. Now, it'd be different if she was coming up here talking a bunch of craziness and being a bunch of foolishness, like, hey, man, screw y'all, I don't care, whatever. Okay, whole nother conversation. We'd be like, nah, she don't get it past. It's game over, man. Game over. Be like Hudson from Aliens. Y'all remember Aliens? Like the second one with Sigourney Weaver and Bill Paxton and all them, they crashed on the planet. You know what I'm trying to say? Aliens. Game over, man. Game over. Now what we're going to, it would been a game over moment for her. However, she did issue that apology, and she may not just truly understand that you can't say that and you can't do that. Like, you might have those conversations when you talk to other white people, right? Because you white and you have that conversation with other people of your same race. So it may not come off as offensive. And then you get used to saying certain things, and then you find yourself in a different environment or you're interacting with people of different cultures, and then you say the same thing, and then it actually is offensive. And sometimes people just truly don't understand that. Okay. So I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because she did apologize for this. However, this takes me into the Snoop Dogg conversation, which is essentially a couple of months later. Because if this was November, the original Grandmammy comment was October 28th. And then I believe this was like early November. So we're talking about December, January, February. We're now in March, quickly about to enter April. So this comment came out essentially roughly 4 months later. All right. Now I'm going to get into this video. Y'all might want to brace for it because this is where the Snoop Dogg comment comes in. Okay. This is the one many of y'all have been waiting for. So let's get to it.
Well, we know what you got. A Snoop Dogg tattoo on his shoulder. A shizzle, man. I'm telling you, Julie, what you think about that?
Y'all heard that?
Well, get this. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, we know what you got. A Snoop Dogg tattoo on his shoulder.
A shizzle, man.
Tattoo on his shoulder.
A shizzle, man.
Tattoo on his shoulder.
A shizzle, man.
Snoop Dogg tattoo on his shoulder.
A shizzle, man.
I'm telling you, Julie, what you think about that? Julie, what you think about that? I'm telling you, Julie, what you think about that? Oh,
Okay. Look at my man's right here. Look at how my man's is looking. He looking stressed and worried. Do y'all see this? My man's here is looking stressed and worried. Hold on. Who is this at my front? Hold on. So I got to hold on, y'all. Let me handle this real quick. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. All right. It's all good. Okay. Just making sure. Had a package that was coming. Just wanted to be sure. All right. So for those of you that don't know, for shizzle my nizzle. Okay. For shizzle means for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. I see the comments. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, look on the screen. Okay. For shizzle means the pho is for. Okay. Shizzle means sure. My means my. And nizzle means ninja. Y'all translate what I mean by I'm saying ninja. All right. And I could say the word, but I'm not going to say it on here because, YouTube be tripping and y'all know I ain't got exposure as it is. So that's the last thing I need for them to deem me. So you have a white woman saying the N word. Tell me that's not offensive. Do you see my man over here on this side? He is looking stressed. Okay. And then old dude over here, he's laughing. Her co-host over here on the left side of the screen, he's laughing. It'd be her right, but the left side of the screen, he's laughing. But you see your boy over here ain't laughing. Your boy's over here like, man, like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? Did she just say that? And she's laughing? She's laughing? Let me show y'all one more time. Okay, let's back this up. Watch how everything changes. Okay, so at first, my man is standing up. He's he's in good spirits. Just watch your man over here on the right side of the screen. Just watch what happens when she says what she says.
well, we know what you got. A Snoop Dogg tattoo on his shoulder.
Okay, her having a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder is funny. That would be funny, right? But here's the problem. He's laughing, but then watch how his laughter stops. Did you see? Look at his facial expression. Watch your man. Watch how it change. See, right now, he's cracking up laughing. See his face. You can see his cheeks raised up. He laughing and smiling. And then watch how he change up. Oh, wait. Look how look. He's like, did I just hear that? And then watch your man, watch the other guy, the other guy on the left side of the screen. Watch how his reaction is when she says, "For shizzle my nizzle." Oh, back it up. My bad. And you hear Julie in the background. Julie in the background is like, huh? She like, did you just say what I thought you just said? That's how Julie is in the background, like, huh? Y'all know how people say certain things on the job and it makes you uncomfortable? We got to do better. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Medusa's like, yeah, it got uncomfortable real quick. Like, I mean, y'all see it. It's one thing if you saying this in isolation. I mean, people gonna do what they're gonna do. It's maybe even another thing if you say it amongst people of your same race. But when you start saying stuff publicly, you don't know who you offended. I'm gonna even say even amongst your same race. So now this brings up another point. As a result of her saying this, okay, and I'm just gonna continue to talk. As a result of her saying all of this, all right, she has now gotten fired. So she's no longer a news anchor as a result of her saying all of this. Okay. She apologized the first time. We have yet to see if she's going to apologize this time. We have yet to maybe find out why. I mean, obviously, she's not even an anchor anymore. So it's not like she can come on, come at work, come on the television station and apologize. I mean, I'm sure maybe they would interview her and have her on. But at this point, now it just seems like a lack of knowledge. And it seems, yeah, I'm basically gonna share this comment on the screen. This is what it appears as. Um, Let me see if I can get this to pop up on the screen. It might not come up, but I don't know what's going on right now with one particular comment. I'm trying to wait for it to show up. But basically, this comes off as her trying to be cool. Like, okay, so what a lot of people do when they don't understand black culture, they don't understand African American culture, however you want to refer to it. They don't understand our lyrics, they don't understand our ways. They try to almost embody that energy and act like they're so cool with it. But in doing so, it's offensive. Just the mere nature of doing so oftentimes is offensive because it's not authentic. That's not who you truly are. Like, you're trying to be something that you aren't. Like, you're white and that's a black like, you can never be black. It's just like me embodying a white comment. Like, I can never be white. You see what I'm saying? I will never have white privilege. I will never be white. So I can only go so far with what I say and what I do because I can never embody that. Or I'm not Asian, for instance. So I can never embody certain things of the Asian community. You see what I'm saying? I'm do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? And so she was like trying to portray herself as being cool, thinking that was on the other end of the spectrum. Like, I'm cool with it. And I think that's the same thing that got her in trouble the first time when she said the grandmammy comment, because she thought she was saying it like it was something cool. And obviously it's not. It's not cool. And like I said, my man, look at his eyes, man. Look at your boy's eyes. Look, he's okay. Okay, the first time he's laughing. Okay, let me back it up. My man on the right, normal eyes, he's laughing. Okay, check this out. Watch how his eyes like shift. Like, did I just hear that? And what do I say? And what do I do? He's like, wait, did this just take place? Okay, meanwhile, look at your man over here on the left. He's completely comfortable with it. He's completely comfortable with it. Look at it. He's just laughing, smiling. It don't make him uncomfortable. He just going on with it. And so when it comes to like our particular culture and all of the things that was done to us being black and things that was robbed and taken, to this day, we still block. Like, people don't want to talk about this, but we do not have white privilege. This is just facts. White people got white privilege. They can do some dumb shh and get away with it. If we as black folks go do some dumb shh, they're gonna bury us underneath the jail, bury us underneath the bus, run over it 20 million times, or if you even got some other ethnicity. But right now I'm just keeping it between the white and the black thing because Snoop Dogg is black, she's a white news anchor, so I'm just trying to keep it simple. But y'all understand what I'm trying to say. To this day, If we do something, it's already 10 times worse just by our existence. So we can't go around and joke around like something like that. If we do something like that the first time, we're out of here. All right. Y'all saw what happened with Whoopi Goldberg. Remember when Whoopi Goldberg said something about the Nazis and remember all that comment? They took her right off air, right off the bat. And we talking about Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg got pulled. Like you might not like her, you might not care for her. It's not about liking or caring for her. It is what it is. Whoopi been acting for a long time. She's an actress with a lot of pull and a lot of rank. And they just took her off just like that. As a matter of fact, she's the head ninja, if you want to use certain terms, on The View. So, like, they took her right off. But, for instance, this lady gets a pass. And, this is an issue that goes on with rehabilitation. So, this second time around, they just completely took her off. So now, I don't know what this means for her career. I mean, but she is, white lady who used to be a beauty pageant queen and all this stuff. I'm pretty sure somehow, some way, we're going to find her on some type of radio or TV station perhaps again. But it depends on what she says or doesn't say that may allow her to get away. Because this particular word, okay, the grandmammy thing was one thing. You might be able to kind of get away with that. But using the N word, an extremely derogatory word, for instance, I'm black. I could say the N word to somebody else black. I'm not going to say it on here because, again, I'm trying to keep my stream as clean as possible because YouTube already be blocking stuff and trying to limit views and not notifying people as it is. You still say, maybe if I had a bunch of people here, then I actually say the N word. But I can say it because I'm black and I can say it to somebody else black and somebody else black can say it to me. But if I was white and I try to say it to somebody else black, it's extremely offensive. Now, it's not necessarily the term that we should be saying, but it is what it is. It's still a part of our culture, and we understand all of that. Yeah, I agree. Medusa said she's gotten too comfortable. Yeah, the head ninja is right. Exactly. They roasting Kanye West over saying another anti-Semitic comments. He might get blocked from being able to go into another country. So what I'm saying is, and I'm bringing this up, is because we need to be very careful on what we say. And a lot of people offend a lot of people in a lot of communities. That's why I did the Little Nas X piece. See, people don't understand it's a method to the madness. When I was talking about Little Nas X and he was saying those comments against the LGBTQI, etc. community, you're offending a group of people. And then he's saying like he done with being a part of the community, but then he's still like, what in the world is going on? So we need to be aware of what we're saying and what we're not saying and what we're doing and what we're not doing, because you can easily offend a group of people. Now, it's one thing you come in, you find out you offending that group of people or that person, you issue an apology like she did. Okay, cool. Then try to mind your P's and Q's, but don't get too comfortable and go right back into the same mode. And see, this is something that when I was talking about the privilege. So for instance, everybody that's black know exactly what I'm saying. If you black, you know what I'm saying. We got to watch every single thing we do. Do y'all understand that me as a black content creator, as a black influencer, I cannot say certain things, even with me knowing I say the things that most people don't say. I still can't say certain things because I'm black. I won't be able to get away with it. But if I was white, I could get away with saying a lot of the same things. It's just the way that this society works and this world works. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't care. You know, a lot of you here with me now on the show, a lot of you coming back to watch this, y'all might not care. Y'all might be like, man, I don't care about all this racism stuff. I'm past that. I want to move past it. And I feel you on that. However, unfortunately, there's still a lot of people in this world that's still holding on to that past. So we're still dealing with that issue. And yes, we do need to move past it, but it is what it is. And this is something that's just not called for. Like, it's not called for to be saying certain words and lyrics and certain things, especially since everybody's so sensitive and we got this cancel culture going on. So again, this is what, like, I press that envelope every single day that I go live with y'all. Every time I release content, I'm always pushing the envelope. I'm the only content creator on YouTube in this particular space that virtually every single video that I put out, every single show that I do, I'm pushing the envelope. I'm literally flirting with getting canceled. Do y'all see that? Why y'all think I don't get a lot of, I can't get the exposure that I need? Because I'm always flirting with brainwaves. You can't say that. Brainwaves, you can't tell them about that. Brainwaves, you're educating them. It almost reminds me of Lupe Fiasco. Dumb it down. You're starting to make them think smart is cool, Lou. Dumb it down. You're starting to get these kids to go to school, Lou. Dumb it down. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I do this all the time. This is the type of content that I bring y'all all the time. I push the envelope. Do y'all see? I put the Nashville shooting footage. Not only just the footage from the body cam, but I showed you all the footage with Audrey Hale when she went inside the building. Like, I'm constantly pushing the envelope just to share this with y'all, because this is what I do. But even I have to watch it. And I have boundaries. We all have boundaries and limits. And I know this woman knows this. And I just want to know, who was it that said whatever they said to her, told her what she could and couldn't do? Did she listen? I would be curious to know what her response was. Did she say, I don't care? Was she like, okay, I'm going to work on it? Did she actually follow through with her part with training? Did anyone actually train her, or did they just tell her to say that? You know, there's a lot of unanswered questions. The way that it looks like to me, it don't seem like she had any training. Either she did not receive training or proper training, or two, she just didn't give a flying flip. Just didn't give a flying flip. And I know we in Mississippi, and y'all got to understand, people are all over around the world, but things move a little slower in the South. Things move slower in the South. Y'all have to understand that. I mean, things have gotten quicker, but things move slower. Y'all remember the whole war, you know, the North and the South here in the U.S. fighting, you know, over land and slavery. Y'all remember those type of wars, and the South was like, the Confederates, like, we ain't budging, etc. Y'all remember that? Does anybody remember our history? Like, does anyone remember that stuff? So stuff is sometimes a little stubborn to move out of the way. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I'm with, you know what? I see, that's another thing on the other side of this perspective or spectrum or both, what Sharina just said. So Sharina's having a conversation in the live chat with Medusa, and she says she agrees with Medusa. And so, matter of fact, let me put Medusa's comments up. She says Whoopi Goldberg was getting old and cranky and privileged on The View anyway. She lost touch with reality a long time ago. So again, and then in response, Sharina says, I agree. Oh, sorry. Wrong comment. My bad, y'all. She says, in response, I agree, referring to Medusa's comment. She says she thinks Whoopi is an absolute legend, but she's gotten comfortable too. Exactly. So, y'all, this is what happens when you get a little too comfortable saying things around certain people. At some point, you're going to get a notification that you need to dial it back. And if you don't heed that notification to dial it back, then it's going to get dealt back for you. And this is what we see and what happened to Barbie. See, you know, a lot of white folks been saying a lot of stuff for a long time and been getting away with it. And now cancel culture is real. You know, and none of us should have to put up with it. I like what Campos Taco said. She says, yes, racism comes in all different colors. It doesn't mean we have to accept it. Like, we don't need racism, period, across the board, but it's just sticking around and being stubborn. We need it to go. We need it to go. And how's it going to go? Education is the only way that we can make this go. See, exactly. Let me put, it might not let me get up here because certain comments trigger certain things, so I can't put it on the screen. But I'm going to tell you what was said. So Campos Tacos says, LOL, even other Hispanic hate to be labeled as Mexicans. Exactly. I absolutely agree with that. And that's why, like, I try to, you know, use the term Hispanic if I'm covering everyone and not just say, oh, they Mexican. Because, you know, it's just certain things we have to try to be more cognizant of. And someone in her position on air, you know, the higher up you get, with greater power comes greater responsibility. So the higher up and the more influence you got, the more responsibility you have to have. Hey, I get it. I get it. She said, Compost Taco says, if looks could kill, when you ask someone, what nationality are you? I mean, I get asked that all the time. Y'all, I got freckles all over my face. I'm yeller. You heard how I said that. I'm yeller. Okay. I'm yellow, black man with freckles all over my face. Folks be like, wait, so are you part white? Do you have a white mom, dad? You I get asked all the time, like, are you black? And that goes on both sides. Because I've had black folks even like be like, what, this dude ain't black. So, you get ostracized on both ends. So you neither are black and you're neither are white. So what are you? Where do you fit in? You can't go run to the white folks because they're like, you ain't white enough. You ain't white. You can't run to the black folks because the black folks be like, you ain't black. So where am I supposed to get in? And this is exactly what Campos Tacos is talking about. Scenarios like that. Sharina's quote when I said, if you don't dial it back, it'll get dialed back for you. So, man, I just kind of wanted to bring this to our light and our attention because you all know every single content piece that I put out, I'm pushing the YouTube envelope. Do y'all understand how many, like, me battling with, like, getting videos blocked? They can't even be seen and, content got to be removed. I'm always pushing the envelope. My thumbnails, I got to dance this fine line and walk it at the same time. Every single thing, including this particular video. Many content creators gonna shy away from it, or they only gonna put one spin, or they only gonna talk about it from one perspective. Because this junk is crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But somebody got to talk about it. Somebody's got to hold the line, and somebody got to keep this thing going. And that's why your boy Brainwaves is here. So, I'm pretty sure I see the numbers dwindling down. It's scaring off a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too much. Oh, I can't deal with it. Oh. That's because people are too sensitive. That's part of the problem. We've become too sensitive out here. Don't say that. Don't think this. Don't look this way. You can't do this. You can't do that. We're stopping. Like, I mean, are we going to be able to do anything at this point? Pass a law for this. Cancel someone for this. Get them fired for their job for that. Don't let them teach this. You can't go here. Close this down. Don't go in business here. Don't sell it. Like, I mean, at some point in time, it's got to stop. But, everybody's so sensitive. Everyone's so sensitive. We can't even have a conversation about it. Crazy. And yes, I said crazy. I do know the proper term is crazy. For anyone that would like to come up here later and be like, Brainwaves, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I know a whole lot of what I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure in 8 to 9 times out of 10, I probably know more than you do and more than I'm leading on publicly here on this particular show. Because I'm not going to give y'all everything. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious for me to just go all out. I ain't got nothing to prove. But, that's for the critics and the haters that will say, Brainwave said crazy instead of crazy, as if I don't know what crazy is or how to say crazy. But it's crazy in that instance because that's what people will do. They will hear that one part. They won't come on watch this whole show. They'll skip through it and say, hey, Brainwave said crazy, and they go run with it. And then next thing you know, I'm the subject of a video. Y'all see how stuff goes around? So it is what it is. Man, I'm gonna get this video out for you all. I'm gonna put all this together as far as what she said and just having it in one video because nobody on YouTube, listen to me what I'm saying. No creator on YouTube has compiled all of these videos in one place. Just like I did with the Nashville shooting, just like I do with a lot of stuff. I compile everything in one place. You don't have to go searching. You don't have to go looking. You're free to do what you want. I can't stop you. You got free will. But I'm saying you don't have to. Man, look, Medusa is right. Talking about this generation will survive in the 80s. Yeah, y'all, man. And I'm not talking about any of us necessarily here in particular or anything, but just overall. Man, the 80s, man, this generation be toast. Toast. Dang, Medusa said probably working for the ooh-wee. Y'all can read. That's probably what Barbie doing right now. Look, Sharina asked, "What is Barbie doing right now?" Let me see if I can find anything on that. Let me see if I can have find anything in particular real quick on that note. Oh well, she hasn't shared anything on Twitter since. So let me see something. Let me see if we can happen to see something. All right, y'all. I'm about to switch up real quick. I'm gonna put her Twitter page on the screen just because we're trying to do some research. See, this is what y'all get for sticking around with me for so long. I get to pull up the cool stuff. See, the people that just want to pop in, see some and leave, they be missing all this. So let me put this on the screen. Yes, I said screen and not screen. I do know SCREEN. I do know what screen is and how to say it. So this is Barbie Bassett's. You see the blue check. This is her Twitter. Okay. Like I told you, she was an award winning meteorologist. She also used to be a beauty pageant um, winner. And dang, she been a news anchor in Jackson, Mississippi for 24 years. So right before her hitting her 30 years, this her career's ended. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. She got a website, so I want to see what. And don't look like she hasn't said anything. This is March 7th. I don't think she said anything. I don't think she's done anything. Let me check out her website. I mean, she does do speaking events. That's what it says on her website here. But I don't know if she if you would want to hire her to speak after this. Um, I don't know if her schedules. Well, this is her schedule. Okay, well, she got some speaking engagements. So I will say this now. As to whether these speaking engagements are canceled or not, who knows? But apparently, she got a speaking engagement in 2 days in Las Vegas. Y'all see that she's a guest speaker, Quoral Founders meeting in Las Vegas. Then in April, she's gonna speak again there, kind of in the same spot. So I guess she's staying there the 31st through April 2nd. Then on April 18th, she's speaking at a Center for Pregnancy Choices dinner. She's speaking at a lady luncheon. This is in Jackson, Mississippi in May. She's going to be at the Cannon Flea Market. She's speaking at a Christian graduation in May. A private event in Biloxi in June. Luncheon. Her calendar is full. Like her calendar is full up to March of 2024. So she has something to do. Now the question is, will she still be able to do this based upon her recent developments of getting fired from the news station, and how will they feel about having her to speak? Some people don't care. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but she has something to do. She's not just sitting there completely idle. Yeah, she absolutely, exactly. Medusa is absolutely right. Each of those speaking engagements, she is getting paid to speak. She's not coming there for free. Like, what do people think? That's like when people think like, oh, you're getting on YouTube and you're just doing this for the views. That's what everybody does on YouTube. Everyone is on YouTube for views. This is how you get exposure. This is how you make money, etc., etc. Everyone is on social media for the views. So that's the ignorance of people saying, you're just doing this for the views. Of course, that's what everybody's doing. This is crazy, man. This is just absolutely crazy. But hey, she got something going on. So y'all, speaking of going on, I'm gonna get out of here. I got some more stuff going on. I'm gonna release the video that I showed you all of her saying what she's gonna say or what she said here. For those of you that did join, I don't know if I can quite make it a YouTube short. It might have to just be a short video, but nonetheless, you're gonna have all of it compiled in one spot. Okay, so I mean, this is crazy. It's just crazy. This is absolutely crazy, man. Woo! The deep south, y'all. Gotta love the deep south. Oh, you know what? Good question. Sharina asked, has Snoop said anything? Let me check. You know, Snoop might not say anything because he may not necessarily want that press. But let me see. That's a good question. So far, I don't see anything. Let me go to um trying to take a look at Snoop Dogg's social media. So we're looking at Snoop Dogg's social media to see if he happened to say anything about. It doesn't look like it so far. March 15. I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like. Yeah, we back at March 10th. Yeah, we back at the beginning of the. No, I don't think he said anything. This is his Twitter. I'll see if he said something on his Instagram. Um, I don't think he said anything. And to be honest with you, I don't think he will say anything because it's really not his issue. Someone just took his words and ran with it. So unless he's being asked, no, he got nothing up here. That's crazy. Star Trek. Snoop. Unless he's no, he didn't say anything. So, that's kind of the answer. Snoop hasn't said anything. I think we've heard enough. We said enough. Um, Look, Medusa said exactly. I'm sure Martha Stewart told him to don't comment on it. Yeah, if Snoop Dogg is smart and his team is smart, it's not. There's nothing for him to say. I mean, I'm just saying he probably sitting back chilling instead of laughing his behind off. He probably smoking his behind off. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. I think I've said enough. If anything develops, I will cover it this insignificance. Okay. Wait, somebody said she's wait, so Campos, are you saying that Barbie Bassett is Martha Stewart's cousin? Is that what you're saying? No, let me. Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure you said I got you. I got you. Okay, you were just kidding. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like some development, like somebody found something. Y'all know how sometimes y'all be finding information and y'all know something, and I just want to check. But I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, she's Martha Stewart's cousin. I got you. I got you. I know exactly what you're saying. But yeah, man, it's hilarious. Um, on that note, y'all, sheesh. Just watch what you say. Watch what you say on your jobs. Watch what you do, especially publicly, because all this can come back. So, on that note, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna put the full video of what she said out. I'll try to make it into a YouTube short, but if I can't and it don't make sense, then I will make it into a long one. I got you, Campos. I know what you was trying to say. So, um, if I can't make what Miss Barbie Bassett said into a YouTube short, then I'm just gonna make it into a short video and just put it out there. So that way y'all can see it all. People can come Google and look, and they'll see all of it right here. Okay, that means right here. For those of you that don't know what chill means, but everybody can't necessarily say it. So anyway, on that note, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Again, please like, please subscribe, etc., etc. I'm gonna get out of here. I have a lot more content to talk about, and I'm gonna be getting a whole lot of stuff out soon. But here it is. So y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, check out the membership, check out my spiritual services, my life coaching and consulting. Okay, description box, brainwaves.com. Y'all see it here. Y'all know what to do. So I'll be back. Just check for any thumbnails that pop up to let you know when I'm gonna go live again, but it's generally around the same times. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment, Campo. She said, great show. You do it so calmly and funny while dealing with real stuff. I mean, hey, that's the type of person I am. Like, I'm gonna bring humor. I'm gonna bring humor in it, but at the same time, keep calm. And we have to talk about these issues. This is what we deal with, but nobody's talking. If nobody's talking, we're not gonna come to some resolution. So I'm the one to talk about it. I steadily and readily push the envelope on YouTube and social media about talking about the issues that they say you can't talk about that. Let's dance around that. And I'm steadily talking about it, steadily taking the chance. But that's what I'm known for. So I'm gonna keep it going and keep it moving as long as I can. So on that note, I want y'all to do what Medusa said to do. Hit that like button, whether you watching live or you watching this later. I appreciate you. Like I said, for those of you pay attention in like the next, I guess, hour or so, I'm gonna have either a YouTube short of Miss Barbie Bassett and everything she said. Okay, if I can get it to make sense in a YouTube short, and I think I can, I'm gonna either do that, or I'm just gonna put the footage up into a live, or I'm sorry, the footage up into a short video. Okay, so that's it. Love y'all. I'm getting out of here. I'll see y'all the next stream. I'll be back in the morning, either during the hour of 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just check for the thumbnail if you want to know exactly, because YouTube, once again, does not notify people when I go live. And that's why I only got 25 people here. So I thank my 25 people that are here. I'm getting out of here for the last time. I've said it a million times, and I'm actually going to follow through this time. So on that note, I'm sending you all away until I come back in the morning. Also, don't forget about the short video with Miss Barbie Bassett that I'm about to put out in a few minutes. I'm sending you all away until then, with love, with blessings, and with life.